So this is going to be a double. It's going to be a twofer. So first I want to show you a poll that came out last week. Or is it this week? I don't even know what weeks are anymore. I guess it's last week. This is a poll. Now again, you don't put too much stock in this stuff. Let's be honest. Let's be real. 2024 is a long ways away. But also, let's be real. People are going to start announcing their candidacies this year. Let's just be honest. December 2022, I guarantee you someone's going to put their hat in the ring. But a poll came out that has Sanders in second place with 17%. Now, again, these polls don't mean much. I'm just being honest with you. They don't mean much. But I also want to play a clip from Senator Bernie Sanders as well that showcases why people are still supporting Bernie Sanders. In a lot of these 2024 polls, right, Sanders has been systematically removed as an option. And I think almost every poll that we've seen up until this point, there's been a couple that have Sanders in them, but I would say probably around 75%, and you can do an analysis if you'd like, but of the polls I have seen, about 75% of them didn't have Bernie as an option. Now, some of them don't even have Biden as an option, so that, just being honest with you. But still, let's talk about it in the way that Joe Biden is the sitting president of the United States. He is the incumbent. And in an open primary situation where Joe Biden runs, he only gets 33% support. That is devastating. We really need to talk about how really that is fucking devastating. And Bernie is polling higher than the fucking vice president, also an incumbent, at 12%, Harris. That is devastating. Now, again, these polls don't mean anything, right? This is a sample of where the country is feeling right now. This doesn't translate into Bernie Sanders unseating an incumbent Democratic president in the primary, and then that could happen. It's a theoretical future, severely unlikely. We also know that Bernie said he wouldn't run against Biden. He should, but anyway, that's the context going into this clip. So this is Bernie Sanders, getting a little spicy. This is a couple days ago, May 15th. Getting a little spicy on Meet the Press, calling Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema what they are. And that is to say, they are saboteurs. Let's watch.
Okay, everything you said there was being addressed in Build Back Better. Okay, it wasn't as big as you wanted it. It was too big for some. But why do we have nothing? Right, that is the head scratcher here. Understand you don't have it all. Why is it zero? Why is there nothing?
Well, it should not be a head scratcher. You got two members of the Senate, Senator Manchin and Senator Sinema, who have sabotaged what the president has been fighting.
That's a strong word, sabotage.
Well,
okay. So I gotta pause it here. Okay. Now the camera zooms out from Bernie, but Bernie is still on the screen. Look at Bernie. Look at Bernie when Chuck Todd interrupts him. Look at this.
That's a strong word, sabotage.
Okay, again, gotta do it again. Instant replay. So Bernie goes like he's like.
Well, you help me out with a better word here. You got 48 members of the Senate who wanted to go forward with an agenda that helped working families, that was prepared to take on the wealthy and the powerful. You got a president who wanted to do that. You had two people who prevented us from doing that. You have a better word than sabotage? That's fine, but I think that is the right word. And I think pressure has got to be put on the part of people in West Virginia, in Arizona, to say, you know what, why don't you stand up for ordinary Americans and not just your wealthy campaign contributors? Why don't you have the guts to take on the drug companies and the insurance companies and the fossil fuel industry?
So that's great. That's great. I saw this clip the other day, and I wanted to talk about it at some point, so now here we go. This is a start. This is a start. Should Bernie and everyone else should have done this a year ago? A year ago? Let's be honest. Let's be real. These motherfuckers should have played hardball a year ago. Right? But Bernie is a nice guy, and that's his saving grace and his fatal flaw at the same time, is that he's a nice guy. So when you get someone like Bernie Sanders pissed off at you, you really fucked up. You really fucked up when you got Bernie Sanders who's mad at you. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker is such a nice guy. I don't know if y'all have ever met Bernie in person, but just being in his presence is like, wow, this guy, I wish he was my grandpa. I'm just saying, I'm just being honest. I'm saying what we're all thinking. Anyway, and it's true. Now again, there's a lot of people out there when they hear this stuff, oh, but 50 Republicans, oh. If you think that any Democrat or Bernie Sanders or progressive or leftist isn't also pissed off at the 50 Republicans, then you're an idiot. You're a fucking moron. You're a goddamn fucking idiot. If you think Bernie is like strategically leaving out the 50 Republicans as a way to sow discord in the Democratic Party, you're a fucking idiot. You're a douchebag. You're a loser. Okay? You're a fucking moron and you need to get your fucking head on straight. Okay? Fuck. But anyway, we need to elect more Democrats. We do. If Democrats lose the Senate, now again, you might say, oh, but Democrats don't even have the Senate. Okay, agree. That's why we need more Democrats. If Republicans win seats and Mitch McConnell becomes the Senate Majority Leader, it's over. It's game, set, match. We're done. We're done. And same with the House. If Kevin McCarthy becomes Speaker, we're done. We're done. It's over. Goodbye, United States. It's over. What they're going to do is they're going to filibuster for 2 years, right, and set Trump up, or Ron DeSantis, or whoever, and they are going to be able to steamroll in the general election. That's my prediction, and it hinges on this midterm election. In my opinion, right, we need to have Democrats win as many seats as possible. Now again, I want to ask people what happened in 2020. Where's Chuck Schumer? Can we get Chuck Schumer on the phone? What the fuck happened in North Carolina in 2020? What the fuck happened in Iowa in 2020? What the fuck happened in Colorado? Or was it, no, not Colorado, Montana in 2020? What the fuck happened in Maine in 2020? What the fuck happened? Motherfuckers in October of 2022 were predicting a 55-seat Democratic Senate, and that didn't even factor in Georgia. So, I ask you, what the fuck happened in 2020? They set up these horrible fucking candidates. Like fucking was Sarah Gideon, Cal Cunningham in North Carolina, fucking Amy McGrath in fucking Kentucky. How much airtime did Amy McGrath get when she had no chance of winning? None. But how much airtime did she get? How many fucking like fundraising bullshits was she fucking funneling all of that money into? She ended her campaign with like millions of dollars in the bank that could have been spent in other places, in other races. So again, Democrats are to blame for this. And I know people want to spite Democrats. I understand the feeling. Oh, the Democrats suck. I'm going to abstain. I'm not going to vote for them because they suck. I ask you this. Both parties suck. We know that. But which party would you prefer to suck being in power? Fascists? Neo-Nazis? People that are inspiring mass shooters? People that are trying to commit a genocide campaign against queer people? A political party that wants to destroy reproductive rights in this entire country? Or the Democrats, which are just fucking incompetent, demented morons? I ask you this, sincerely. As a fucking queer, as a proud queer, I might add, I cannot possibly understand why someone would see what we're dealing with and decide to abstain or vote Republican. I can't You are a fucking moron. You fell for the propaganda. You're dumb. You're dumb. Full stop. You are an idiot. But that also, the other option is not voting for Chuck Schumer. People focus on these national races too much. They do. Look at what's going on in all of these state legislatures. How do you think Republicans took hold of more than half the states in this country and are holding all of these state legislatures hostage? How do you think they did that? 1, money, and 2, organizing. That's how they did that. Imagine if the fucking like $15 million or whatever it was that was wasted on Amy McGrath's fucking vanity campaign in Kentucky in 2020. Imagine if that was spent on all of these state and local races equally. Imagine how many seats would have been picked up by Democrats in these states. Right? And imagine if that money was more strategically spent on more winnable races. Like imagine if Cal Cunningham had a couple more $1,000,000. Maybe he would have gone across the finish line. Or fucking Sarah Gideon. But they all also ended their campaigns with millions of dollars in the bank. So, let's go back to the primaries. Why did Chuck Schumer install all these horrible Democratic candidates like Cal Cunningham, Sarah Gideon, Amy McGrath, when there were better alternatives? It's because of corruption. It's because of insider party bullshit. But I ask you again, if you have the option, why on earth would you think that you not voting for Democrats spites them? You think if Chuck Schumer becomes the minority leader again, he's going to become poor and destitute and he's going to be taught a lesson? You think that? You think that. Why? Because you're a fucking idiot. All of these dumb fuck motherfuckers who think voting for Republicans or abstaining from voting is going to do anything at all. Oh, Chuck Schumer's going to be so offended. He's really going to be taught a lesson. Nancy Pelosi's going to learn so much when she gets blown out in the midterms. She is going to become a better person. Are you fucking insane? Are you fucking crazy? They're going to be rich. They're always going to be rich. And they are never going to learn a lesson. Ever. Never, ever, ever until the day that they fucking die. Which is probably pretty soon, because a lot of these fucking politicians are in their 80s. Some of them are approaching their 90s. So guess what? There's going to be a lot of room in the Democratic Party in the next 10 to 15 years, assuming that there is a United States of America in the next 10 to 15 years. Possibly sooner. Possibly 5 to 10. I don't know. So I say, let's fucking take this son of a bitch over. Install people in positions so that when all these 89-year-old geezers finally fucking kick the bucket, that power vacuum isn't filled by even crazier, further right Democrats. That's my position. But in order to reach that reality, we need to be able to have real conversations about the state of the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party right now is a shit show. As the Roe v. Wade draft leak happened, Nancy Pelosi was campaigning for anti-abortion Democrats. That's fucking insane. That is insane. That is fucking sane. But again, we also need to stop fucking focusing on national elections as much. Did you know that some motherfucker in some shitfuck state who was literally charged and admitted to and confessing to killing his wife, a Republican, won a primary? I forget what state it was. I want to say Nebraska, but I'm probably wrong. A Republican who confessed to murdering his wife won a primary, and they're also going to win the general. Why, though? You might, how is a Democrat going to lose to someone who murdered their wife? Oh, because there is no Democrat running in that race. They missed all the deadlines. No one cared. So it's a Republican primary and then a general election where one person's on the ballot? What? That's just one example. That's one Indiana? Okay. That's just one example. The Democratic Party is a clusterfuck of cringe. It is garbage. It is garbage. The leadership is trash. The leadership is historically fucking garbage. It is horrible. It is horrendous. It is horrendous. It is truly and utterly horrendous, the Democratic Party leadership. But think of it this way. We're all in the car. We are all in the car. Or the bus, whatever analogy you want to use, whatever vehicle. We're all on the plane, let's say. You can't jump out of a plane and survive. Okay, well maybe you can, I don't know. We were all in a plane, and the pilots are asleep at the wheel. You know, the wheel, I don't know. Is there a wheel on a plane? I don't think so. But this is my analogy. So would you say, oh, they fell asleep. They're bad at their job. So let's just, you know, abstain. Let's abstain from fixing the problem. And then you fucking crash the plane and die, motherfucker. Okay? Like, honestly. Like, are we gonna let these motherfuckers drive us all into fucking extinction? Or are we gonna do something about it? That's my thing. And so this, I know that I'm ranting and raving. I forgot this is a Bernie Sanders clip. But anyway, Bernie is right. These motherfuckers are sabotaging the Democratic Party. They are destroying the Democratic Party. Utterly and entirely. And that is their role in the Democratic Party. They are spies. They are sabotagers. That's what they are. Anyone who wants to treat them as anything different is an idiot. They should be excised from the party. Did you see what happened in North Carolina with Madison Cawthorn? Madison Cawthorn lost his primary. The Republicans excised him from the party. Why? Because he went a little bit off script. A little bit off script. He still voted in line. He marched in lockstep on all the ideologies. He just accidentally leaked a small secret that was already open anyway. Like, everyone who knows anything about Congress knows that they're all drug addicts. Right? Everyone knows that. But he accidentally said it out loud a little bit, and he got destroyed. He got removed from the party. Did you see what they did to him? Meanwhile, Joe Manchin is calling the entirety of the Democratic Party like far-left wackos, and Chuck Schumer and Joe Biden are still having dinner with him, still chilling, still high-fiving that guy. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. And we've only got a handful of people, 6 people in the United States House of Representatives voted against the Joe Manchin Biff bullshit. 6 people called Joe Manchin out on his garbage. And Bernie in the Senate, so far, seemingly the only one that gives a fuck in the Senate. So, that's my opinion on 2022. If Democrats lose any ground in either house, we're fucked. And not in the good dick way. The country is over. The country is over. The Republican Party is openly stating that it wants all women and all queer people to be second-class citizens in a new apartheid regime. That's what they're campaigning on. I believe it was the governor of Nebraska that said he wants to have complete abolition of all abortion immediately after Roe v. Wade is overturned. and he specified, even in the context of rape, yes, abortion must be banned at all costs. I need you to understand. You pretending to teach the Democrats a lesson, you pretending that voting is like a moral like tattoo on your character that you're gonna, that all is made up fantasy garbage. All right? These motherfuckers are going to kill us all. And the only way we can possibly stop it at this... We don't have time for a fucking Green Party. We don't have time for a fucking People's Party, you stupid fucking jackass. Okay? If there's a ticking time bomb, right, that's going to explode... If let's assume, let's use this bizarre analogy. Let's say you got a frozen pizza in the freezer, okay? You got a frozen pizza, all right. But then you also have the ingredients to make your own pizza from scratch. And there's someone who really wants a pizza. They don't care about the quality. They don't care about like a handmade one being better. They really want that goddamn pizza, okay? And they got a ticking time bomb that says in 15 minutes, I'm going to blow up the whole universe. Why on earth would you start a pizza from scratch? We don't have time for that, motherfucker. If you want a successful third party, build a time machine. If you think you can build a time machine in 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 years, that would be a better way to spend your resources than by starting a new third party, or by trying to make the Green Party become a thing, or by trying to do anything with the Libertarian Party. You will have a better time if you were to spend all of your resources on building a fucking time machine. Because we, at this point in time, are not capable of having that happen. Yes, I know a frozen pizza is not as good as one made from scratch. We all understand that. But it's not about what the most morally correct or best tasting experience. This motherfucker is going to blow us all up if we don't give him a fucking pizza. So let's not fucking waste our goddamn time. Let's fucking pop that fucking frozen pizza in the oven and give this motherfucker what he wants so that we can live to see another day and so that we can fucking regroup after that point. So anyway, step 1 to that, amputating the rotten limbs. Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin need to be amputated from the party. Otherwise, the entire country is going to go into sepsis and we're going to be fucked, okay? And Bernie is saying it how it is. And he needs to go even more. And he needs to say this every day. So anyway, there you go.